Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jazzy K, or Jazz, or Jasmine, or literally whatever you want to call me. And
I'm McKenna.
this is,
Hi,
yeah,
hello.
this is
I am
the infamous McKenna.
just McKenna.
Okay, so welcome to the first ep of Jazzy K Pod. I'm like super excited for
I'm
this.
so pumped for you.
I
This is great.
I don't know. I have like been thinking about doing this for a long time. And I love watching podcasts and just like watching those types of podcasts where you just like listen to them be dumb. Kind of like not saying that they're dumb.
And that's why I'm here.
And that's why I'm here because I think I'm literally stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna be asking each other questions, playing some games maybe, and yeah, having a good time. So we each have some questions. Do you want to just go back and forth?
Yeah, we can do whatever.
Okay, well I'll start then. So getting right into it.
Oh god.
Looks or personality?
That's tough.
Why?
Because
Okay.
it could go either way because a person could be so attractive
Right?
and have the worst personality in the entire world and I'd kind of be like, you know what, but that makes up for it.
But
you know what I'm saying?
all of this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't want to be like, ew, I don't want to be a summer ugly, but like, not really. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be half decent to look at,
Okay,
right?
here's
Like, your
here's
personality
my
doesn't overtake
no,
absolutely
absolutely.
everything,
Here's my thing.
right?
My opinion is it has to be both. Like I'm not saying that you have to be a smoke show. Absolutely not. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
think about
You also can't be dry, right?
yeah.
Like,
But you have to think in like a sense of in holy shit, let me get my words. In a sense of like, okay, if you were on the street with a stranger and they're like they catch your eye. If you look at someone on the street, you're not going to approach somebody who you find unattractive. You're instinctively going to go to the person you find attractive.
Yeah.
So in order for you to be interested in somebody, you have to find them attractive.
For sure.
Because you literally cannot you cannot be with someone unless that you like coincidentally introduce yourself to somebody through like in a group of people or something like that and you guys just hit it off even if you didn't find them.
Also had situations where we hang out with people who are like super attractive, but like are like
so dead. But that's what I mean. That's why I say it has to be both.
True.
Because if it's
But how do you find that out? Like a person can put on a good front too though.
Oh, absolutely they can. But I think that's like trial and error.
Right?
You know what I mean? It's so complicated. Looks and personality is so complicated, but I'd say like in general, it has to be both.
Yeah.
Because
if you couldn't pick both though,
well then I don't think you're meant to be with that person.
Anybody? You're not meant to be with anybody? Like if you can't pick both, you need to have both looks and personality.
Oh, like you're saying that if I had to pick one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I knew that was gonna happen too. I knew that was gonna happen. Wow.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah. No, that's
Ooh, okay, sorry, cat interfering with the
like why is a man's
I don't know.
Be quiet because the roommates are here, but
okay, if I had to choose one, I'm gonna say personality. So sorry, I'm gonna say personality.
Like, you don't want a boring life.
Because if I'm with a hot ass guy, but we can't have a conversation or their personality shit, and like I can't be in the car and vibe with you, what am I doing?
Valid though.
You know what I mean?
You
like the only reason why I would ever stay with somebody that's like super attractive is for other people to be like, "Wow, she picked a good one."
Yeah,
but other than that, like,
it's a good thing we don't have to choose.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect. That's there's just so many ducks in the ocean.
Okay, so speaking, if we're on the topic,
okay, men.
Some of the worst pickup lines in history, like speaking in the sense of like obviously like online dating's a thing, and like a man slides into your DMs and like they always start these fucking horrible pickup lines, right?
Wow,
right? Like,
this is a good.
I've never.
Do you want the bad ones or do you want the good ones?
I want all of them.
Okay.
I want all of it.
I like there's
honestly.
the stupid like generic ones where it's like, are you from France? Cause I fell for you. And that shit is that
Stop it
shit's
right now. Please tell me that you aren't like, oh, like,
no,
oh.
I literally
like,
go
this actually
ew.
works.
I
Okay, good.
literally
Okay, good.
go
You
ew.
know, good.
Or like the ones where like you can't spell what are those ones that are like you can't spell I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what it is. But
I remember like the A B C D E F G.
oh yeah. There's 26 there's like it's like there's 20 I don't know 26
It's 24. No, it's 26. No,
20 I don't even think.
No, it's 26.
It's 26.
It's 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or the
So,
one that's like where it's like
some fucking thing.
there's 20 letters in the alphabet and they're like no there's 26 and then it's oh sorry I forgot you are a QT and then they're like but that's only 25 and then you got to say we can save the D for later. That one? Like I'm fine with the you are a cutie thing, but I've heard it way too many times for me to be like, "Oh, like that was cute." Some I feel like some guys have really good pickup lines. I can't think of any right now. The only line I can think of right now, it's not really a pickup line. It is, but it isn't. But I think I said it last night. And I said this guy had messaged my friend and said, can I roleplay as Santa? And then she responded question mark because it was out of nowhere and he went and you can be my ho ho ho.
Oh my god, I have for sure said that when I was like grade 7.
Like I've
for sure, like
but I never heard that one. I never heard
sure
that one before.
I've for sure
like never in my life have
done
I
that my own self, which is kind of embarrassing. We won't admit that, but
I'm not a pickup line
too
user.
late.
I don't ever use pickup lines. The only other ones
that was literally my whole personality trait in like grade 5 to 8. Like literally, like honestly, like
I think I'm just like my problem with pickup lines is anytime that a guy uses a pickup line on me, it always has something to do with my height. Like 9 times out of 10, if it's in person,
okay.
If it's in person, then usually they'll hit me with like a, I don't know, like there's just so many dumb pickup lines. But usually guys don't use pickup lines on me. It's usually like, "Holy shit, you're tall."
Conversation starter.
And I'm like, yeah. And then they go, "So volleyball or basketball?" It's always that. Well, we could have D1 babies. And I'm like,
oh my god.
No.
Literally stop. Literally shut.
What about you? Any bad pickup lines? Good pickup lines?
I had
so many. It's like
no, literally
in the moment it's so hard to remember them.
I had this guy text me one time and it was like something like you're being like an angel that fell from heaven. I'm like, "Okay."
Oh yeah.
Seriously?
The one where it's like, did it hurt?
Like
when you fell from heaven?
Stop it.
Those ones are just so gross.
I've Googled pickup lines before and that's the first thing that pops up. If you're gonna use a pickup line, please make it more good. Original.
Yeah. Or like so originally where like there's no way you've heard it before.
Note to self for the men out there.
Yeah, note to self for the men. Please don't
Google pickup lines.
Don't Google pickup lines. Like just be
better. Honestly.
Just be better.
Nobody likes a cheesy Tinder pickup line. Insert cat photo.
Insert Bessie. Okay, next question.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I feel like my questions might be juicier I feel like my questions might be juicier than yours.
It's just right there.
Okay, opinions on cheating.
Oh fuck.
This
you know what? Dog, like,
do you want me to start? Yeah. Okay.
That's tough. Like, I mean, like, obviously, absolutely not for it at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Here's my thing. Okay.
But, like, people obviously stay with people that cheat on them.
Yeah, here's my thing. Obviously, cheating is very circumstantial, but at the exact same time, it's not. I seriously don't understand anybody that stays with their significant others that, like, they either suspect or, like, know they're cheating on them. I think
normally money.
I mean, absolutely.
I mean,
but
like,
if you think about our age,
you can't let go of that lifestyle, well,
like, if you think about our age, I'm like, there's so many, like, when you're not married and whatever, if your significant other is cheating on you, there's so many other people in this world. So many other people. Yeah. And everybody always has options. Oh, yeah. That's my other thing is people always be like,
You're just
I
fishing in the
hate
wrong
that.
pond.
I hate that my significant other like says he has options. First of all, if your significant other is telling you that he has options, why?
Immediately
But
leave.
obviously, everybody has options. There will always be somebody out there that wants to get with you, whether or not you are in a relationship or out of a relationship.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Always.
For sure.
But that
Then
doesn't mean
then
that.
there's home
But
wreckers.
obviously, there's something about that person that you want to be with them for.
Yeah.
So back to the whole cheating thing. I strongly believe that if you are cheating or your partner is cheating on you, obviously there's something not going right in the relationship enough, or there's not enough chemistry there or something for you to even be thinking about it or doing it. That's my belief.
True.
Because like,
But, like,
if
why
you
even
if
waste
you
your
were
time
if
being in a relationship then? That's what I don't understand.
that's
So,
what
like,
I mean though,
if you're just one of those people that like,
because
like,
I'm the
"Ooh,
type
squirrel, there's another person that's giving me like
attention.
whatever, then like why in the first place are you even seeking or saying or agreeing to being in a relationship in the first place?
Because I think that they always like to have somebody to fall back on.
Well, that's perfect. Then fall back on anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know how this whole thing works, but I'm pretty sure it's still on.
Yeah, it's still on.
We're good.
We're good. Yeah, absolutely. But I think that people always want something to fall back on, and at the same time, it's like there's always going to be somebody to fall back on.
It's
something you need to. It's something you Tinder,
or
anywhere,
any
literally
dating app
anywhere,
and be
anywhere.
like, hey,
Hey,
just want something.
yeah, just want something.
Looking
like,
for
in our day and
short-term
age,
fun.
absolutely, absolutely.
Is that what it's called?
Short-term fun.
Is that what they call it on Tinder?
I think
Yeah.
so.
So,
But yeah, I don't know. I think that it's like obviously if it's, but I hate people that'll like get drunk and they'll be like, well, like I was super drunk. I'm like, no. I'm like, if you seriously like your significant other enough or the person you're with, that thought should not even cross your mind to cheat.
and you would know from experience.
I would. Would I?
This just got awkward. We're hitting home with that example you just gave.
Awkward.
Like, shall we elaborate, or would that be too?
On which one? I just think, in my opinion, if you're saying, well, I was drunk, whatever, and it also depends on what you classify as cheating, but I think that if you were giving any female or male, like, okay, obviously it's one thing to be friends with, are you laughing at the cat still? Yeah.
She's just, like, going for anything that she can.
He's gonna turn that humidifier on. Anyways, back to what I was saying. You can literally, it depends what you classify as cheating, but in my opinion, I classify, obviously it's fine to have friends. I have absolutely nothing against females having male friends, whatever. Like having any friends of anything, okay? I have no problem with that, but there's definitely boundaries you need to be set. If you're giving a girl or a guy attention enough for the thought of it even being, oh, well, I think they might be hitting on me, then you've gone too far.
No, for
like,
sure.
Sorry, when we're sitting on each other's laps and stuff like that, you don't just let people sit on your lap when you're drunk.
My friends just want to.
My friends just want to. But anyways, it's just like moving on. It's just one of those things where it's like you can't sit here and if you're giving any girl or a guy attention enough for them to even think about it, that's
super fair.
Pretty much classified as cheating. Like
okay.
even if it's over the phone.
Okay.
Like that's what I would classify as cheating.
Right.
And I'm like, if you're even willing a little bit to give that person attention, clearly there's something not meshing.
Here's my next question then. Is like thinking about like people say with more of like a flirty personality. I know this is like gonna come off as so wrong, and I don't mean it this way at all, but like I could be classified as having like a more flirty personality. So then would that get confused like me being like, oh, nice and like flirty per se? Does that come off across as like taking it too far, or is that like, because that's hard to monitor too, because like sometimes I don't recognize when I'm like,
I think that it's something to be self-aware of.
Yeah.
Because I think that's sure. Some people would definitely just have like a more outgoing and like flirtatious personality, and I think that
that's like most people now.
Yeah,
like,
I think that honest, absolutely. There's so many people that are like, think he's flirting with me. Like people experience that all the time.
No, for sure.
But I think that it's definitely like something you have to be self-aware of in a sense of like you have to look. And if you're in a relationship or you're interested in somebody else and you're like, am I being flirty? Like, it's something you, if you're aware that you're like that, you have to also be like self-aware when you are talking to somebody that you are like that. So you're not giving people the wrong impression, because especially when you don't want to.
Yeah. Nope, that makes sense.
Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of also on this whole like relationship thing we got going on.
Okay.
Like awkward first dates. Or like cringe-worthy
Okay,
like,
what's your like
stories.
what
Like let's use the word cringe. Like cringe from
like you want a story?
Back from grade 8 or like anything. Like
or you want just like
the
most awkward thing?
The most awkward thing that could happen on a date or like has happened on a date or like not even a date. It could just be like dating in general. Like if you're in a relationship, there's always an awkward situation, like at least at one point in time. And if there's not, well then good for you. Good for you. But
yeah, true. I would say, man, now you just have my head in like back when you were in like grade 5 or 6.
Oh God.
And you would be like in a relationship with that one guy. And you'd be like,
oh, it was always just that one guy.
And you would like break up, and you would like break up on the playground at recess, like that type of thing.
Yeah,
and that's so traumatic. Like, how did we start our dating lives like that? Our dating lives like that?
Yeah, no, honestly.
Most awkward first date, I think, like, honestly, the only way that I think that an awkward first date, like, there's obviously just certain things that some people do sometimes on a first date that's like, oh, because they're just so nervous about it. But I think the most, like, honestly, the most awkward thing that I think somebody could do on a first date is, it's the little chuckles. You know when they're, like, trying to be funny or they think something's funny, but you don't think it's funny, and they're like, like, that shit's so awkward to me.
It's so easy to make that a place filler, though, because, like, if you, like, what if you don't hear what they say? Because sometimes I've been in the situation where, like,
okay, but that's different.
You're like,
no, but it's different when you're laughing at your own joke. Like, you say something and you're like, ha ha ha.
True.
And like they're and they're not, yeah, and they're not saying. That's kind of awkward to me, because if I don't find you funny and then I don't laugh, because I'm not gonna sit here and fake my laugh.
Then don't laugh at yourself.
But I'm like, that's an awkward. But that's awkward. That's so awkward.
That's so.
Or like when they ask you a question, they just ask you like a really weird question. Like, I find first dates when they're asking you like, do you put ketchup on your eggs? Like, that shit's so awkward.
I can't say I've ever had anybody ask me if I've ever put my...
You don't put ketchup on your eggs?
No, we're not starting this. You do? Seriously?
Ketchup on eggs is literally elite. No. It's... Don't knock it until you try it.
I'm gonna knock the shit out of that. Like, literally, eggs and ketchup. That's like people doing cucumbers and ketchup. Like,
no, it's not.
No, knock until you try it.
Well, maybe it's good. Well, maybe it's good.
Go whip it up.
That's like people that eat pickles and cheese. I think pickles and cheese is weird.
That pickles, crackers, and cheese. That's a normal combination.
See, I think that's weird.
You can't do eggs and fucking ketchup. What does that have to do with anything?
Absolutely, you can. It's the exact same. It's literally it's the exact same thing as having a BLT. There's an egg on there. There's bacon. There's tomato. There's tomato.
That is not ketchup.
Well, it's pretty much the same thing.
You could have eggs and tomato. I don't care. That's not the same thing.
You know what's also weird to me? You know what's weird to me when people are like, I don't like tomatoes. I'm not a fan of tomatoes, and people will be like, and people will say to me, but you love ketchup. Yeah, I literally love ketchup, but it's so different. There's literally sugar. There's artificial sugar in ketchup, and there's natural sugar in tomatoes.
It's a bottle of like horrible
things for you.
Like, yeah,
it's literally poison in a bottle.
Are considered a nightshade plant? What does that even mean? I don't know.
How would I ever know that? How would I ever know? Do I look like? Do I look like tomatoes? I use the left side of my brain. That shit doesn't happen ever, actually.
Anyways,
okay, where were we?
I don't even know.
Where were we?
Just move on, because yeah, that was a.
Oh, we were talking about awkward first dates, but I think
there's so many.
There's so many things.
The list is.
I think
don't have an awkward.
I think awkward first date is more like icks.
Oh, for sure. Because it's like the whole like you're meeting somebody for.
We're gonna do that at the end. We're gonna do icks at the end.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's just go through that. Because I feel like I always want to have a segment with like every guest I have on about icks.
Oh God, because it's so common.
Because so many people have different icks too.
No,
like I don't think I've met one person that has the same ick, like top ick. But there's also some like ridiculous icks. You can
relate to some people though.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, next question. Let's talk about volleyball.
What about it? Huh.
No, I don't know. Like, not in that sense. But, okay, so McKenna and I met through volleyball.
Yep, we were just
That's,
youngins
we
back in the
were
day.
youngins. That's crazy. It's
Yep.
been like, wow, we were what, 13?
Yep.
Yeah, we would have been about 13. Wow. We're
12.
old
12
as shit
is.
now. We're
Yep.
just old women.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
aging real good. um, so did you ever want to, like, I think I know the answer to this, but did you ever want to continue
No. I
continue?
obviously thought about it because obviously there's nil amount of opportunity like for anybody ever, right? Like that's just sports in general, but no, because my career path that I'm choosing, like I don't as itself, if I chose to be a student athlete because I always knew I wanted to go to school. So if I chose to be a student athlete and whatever, take 3 classes off of a 6 year program, that you double that time. I'm like 100 by the time I graduate university.
Yeah.
And that's just not something that would have fit into my life at all. People are like, oh, you could have just taken a year for sports. I'm like, I understand most people want to do that because whatever their careers or their schooling is only like 2 to 4 years. Good for you. Yeah, mine's 6 to 8. So
Yeah.
like I kind of want to move on with my life. I can't hang on to something I know that I'm never going pro with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Absolutely.
no point.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not getting paid within like the year of me playing, no, I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. And some people might be like, hey, whoa, like whatever, what happens to hope? Well, sometimes you got to be realistic too. There's some people that
Yeah.
hang on to
That is
things
true.
like paying for like hockey and wherever an excessive amount of money just so you can play.
Yeah.
Like let go eventually. Like you got to move on. You're growing up. Like unless
Mhm.
you're in the NHL or WHL or whatever, like let it
Yeah.
go. Sorry, but honestly, like you're wasting time and money and like you're not doing it for the rest of your life unless you're amazing.
Yeah. I think that I think yeah, it's definitely like fluctuates depending on the person for sure because obviously
And
everybody's
plans too,
the
right?
spectrum of talent is obviously varies and your plan in life and whatsoever, and I think that lots of people that are dedicated enough to the sport eventually could make it pro. Like if you're absolutely that dedicated to it, absolutely I think that you have a chance to make it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you also definitely have to be realistic in a sense of being like, this is not,
Yeah.
this is like the odds of me making it over so and so person is,
Yeah.
this, like A plus B, whatever. So it's, for me, I'd say that I think if the offer would have been there for me, I think I would have taken it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, depending on the offer, but I don't know. Acting and singing is just more my thing. So
Yeah, no, and that's
I just had
exactly
to
it. Is
pick.
you gotta
I had to decipher what was going to take me further and
exactly,
what I loved
and you have to
more.
prioritize too, right? Like
Absolutely.
you can
I
have
can't do
both in
every
high
yeah,
school,
but you
but
can't
like
do everything when you get
after you're done,
older.
no, exactly. After you're like even hitting university, like you can only literally wow that like seriously, is that
Like you shouldn't
immediate
have come
hit?
in here then.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I think yeah, priorities too, because like yeah, like being in university, it's like, well, you got to prioritize school. So do you really have time to go and have practices like 7 times a week and tournaments on weekends while you're traveling? Like something that a person's got to decide.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right, let's move on.
yeah.
That could have been a
Um,
longer segment, but there's only so much.
no. What are some embarrassing moments you wish you could forget? That's a good question, but obviously let's not date back to like grade 5, right? Because
Yeah.
whatever, let's stick to like recent, like some super, it could be related to anything, like just lay it
So
on, lay it
not
on.
to I'm not gonna say any names.
No, make up some names, throw in like a
So let's say
Bertha or
just
something,
hypothetically there's this guy by the name of Jackson.
right? That's right.
And let's say hypothetically that he may or may not live with me. And let's just say hypothetically I came home last night and he brought a girl over. He brought a girl over. and he was like, her name's gonna be Aaliyah. He walks in the door with her, and he's like, "Hey, Jasmine, like this is Aaliyah," and me panicking because this is never a thing that's occurred in this house before with him was like, "Hi, my name's Jasmine." And I shook her hand, and it was very embarrassing to me. It obviously wasn't that big of a deal, but in the moment I was like, that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't have just been like, "Hey, nice to meet."
Yeah, that was an immediate reaction.
That was an immediate reaction, and it was very
that
embarrassing.
Whole immediate reaction thing will get you for
Oh,
sure.
and I'm just so impulsive. I'm so impulsive too.
And that's the problem. That's why they have that whole.
That's just it.
And that's just it. That's why you need the 24-hour rule.
Yeah, you really do. But in that situation, what was I supposed? Just walk away?
True. Be like, I'll catch you in 24 hours.
I'll catch you tomorrow, actually.
If you're not around in 24 hours,
and then I'll introduce myself because this is not. No.
Yeah, no, the whole 24-hour rule
absolutely
is
not.
For sure necessary.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. What about you? What's one embarrassing moment you can think of? Yeah, out of how many?
One?
Yeah.
Oh man, like I've had so many. I remember once at a job interview. This was back when we were living in our hometown.
Yep.
And yeah, I go in for this job interview, and they were like, "What are some of your pet peeves?" My brain, I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't even thinking, and immediately say back feet. I said feet. I immediately
no,
like
no,
shit
you
you not. I looked at her and I was like feet. I was like, wait,
no, because
I had to revoke my statement. I was like, no. I was like,
honestly though, that's I think they should have hired you on spot because feet are disgusting.
That's not a pet
Don't
peeve,
show
dog.
me your
like,
feet.
That's not a
no,
pet
that is
peeve.
a pet peeve. That's a pet peeve. That's an ick. That's
not a pet peeve.
That's a mental illness. That's everything. That's feet are disgusting.
That's more of like a phobia. You'd put that under the category of a phobia. So
anyways, I put it under every category.
And I was like, sorry, that's not a pet peeve. I said that would be more like a phobia is what I said.
That's everything. That's everything under the book of that spectrum. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, my phobia is like people not being like organized or whatever. Anyways, got the job, but it was so uncomfortable. I left and I didn't sleep for probably another 3 days because I was like, I said feet. I said feet. To what are some of your pet peeves? And I said feet.
Honestly, it's a valid answer though. I went
foot. I said feet.
No, like that's so like honestly, McKenna, I'm the wrong person to talk to this about because I hate feet. Everything about feet. I don't like my feet. I don't like other people's feet. I don't like looking at other people's feet. I don't like toes. I don't like nothing. I don't even I wear socks 24/7 even in the summer because I just hate feet.
Have you ever been like laying in bed with like anybody and they like run their foot up your leg? I'm like immediately stop. Like,
I just don't like feet. I just switch topic. I can't. Like, I'm gonna gag.
Okay, we'll move on.
We're gonna move on.
We're
gonna move. I don't.
We'll pass that.
Okay, one more embarrassing moment I can think of. It shouldn't be embarrassing, but I think anytime that the first time you fart in front of your boyfriend, that's always so embarrassing.
Is I literally don't think I have. I was with a guy for
but that's so valid.
And I literally don't think I did.
That's so valid though. That's scary shit. And guys are always like, "Well, I want you to be comfortable around me," and I'm like, "You don't."
Okay, yeah, you say that, but then you don't say like, "You can fart around me." Like,
yeah, and they say that, but I remember my very first boyfriend. The first time I farted in front of him, he did not let it go for like weeks. Like I'm talking weeks, and I was like, "Ugh, like how old are we?" Like, ugh. Yeah, I hate every.
Still to this day have not.
It's scary.
Yeah,
it's a scary world out there.
Yeah, well, I'll find out eventually when it.
Okay, next question: forgiving.
That has a lot of context.
It has a lot of context, and I think we've had this conversation.
I was being sarcastic. Forgiving. That's literally all you gave me. Forgiving.
And the award for the number one sarcastic person in this entire world goes to McKenna.
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, you know that scene in SpongeBob where he does the thing and it's like the rainbow hands? What is it? What imagination?
Imagination.
And that's what I'm saying is like literally that was what you just did. You're like Forgiving.
Forgiving.
Forgiving what? Like, what am I forgiving? How am I forgiving?
Okay.
Like, forgiving in general? Like, should it be okay to be a forgiving person?
Okay. Yeah, let me. Sorry. My iPhone storage is full, apparently. Okay. We were.
Okay, so just as like an update here, the setup you have, if we could further future invest in some chairs or any type of backrest,
There's a pillow right here.
that would be fantastic.
There's a pillow right here.
Your bed's like a mile away from the wall.
Maybe I could just push it.
We need to rent an office space, so subscribe, like, whatever you gotta do to
let's
to
hit
get us some
smash
money.
that like button.
Just whatever we can do to get some chairs.
Yeah.
Please.
We're broke
university student.
Okay, we were talking about forgiveness. Let's move on. So, forgiveness. Okay, we were talking about forgiveness. So, where is the line you draw in forgiving someone? Like, what's your, and I understand that it's completely circumstantial because there's obviously obviously if there's a reason you need to forgive somebody, obviously they did something in order to lose that trust and need forgiveness.
Yeah.
But where's the line you draw? Like, what's a certain situation that you would be at, like, absolutely, I can never forgive you ever?
Well, I think like it wouldn't be like a situation, but if the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again when we've had the conversation about it and recognize that it's a problem or whatever, then you would think that it shouldn't happen more than one time. If it happens once, we have a conversation, I don't expect it should happen again.
Yeah.
At that point in time, if the same repetition keeps reoccurring, I'll stop forgiving you.
Yeah.
And like forgiving and trust, like what you just said at the beginning there, like I will trust everybody until they give me a reason not to trust.
Oh, absolutely. I'm the same.
So I'm the same with forgiving. Like I will be forgiving until you have done it to an extent of which I cannot forgive you anymore. I don't know a direct situation that I'd be like, because it's hard to like imagine like until you're in the situation.
Yeah.
So it could be something like stupid at the time or like stupid that we think stupid now, but if it's happening to you when you're in a relationship, it might be different, right? So it's kind of hard to like give an exact example. But yeah, like if something keeps reoccurring even after we've had a conversation, then it's a problem, and I will no longer I will not forgive you. You can only do it so many times before it's like you're just doing it to yourself at that point in time. So to have self-worth and recognize that like you don't have to forgive somebody 100 times to whatever stay happy. So I don't know.
Okay, so here's my take on it because I've had to do a lot of this in my lifetime. I think that everyone deserves to be forgiven. I think that it takes time depending on
humans make mistakes, obviously.
Absolutely. And I think that depending on the circumstance
and the
extremeness of the situation that occurred, obviously it's going to take longer to forgive depending on, you know what I mean? Like the severity of the situation and depending on what happened, whatever.
Right.
But I believe that everyone deserves to be forgiven. That doesn't mean they deserve respect. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but if you don't have respect for someone, then like, what is the?
I think you can forgive. You're never going to forget, but you can forgive. But that doesn't necessarily mean that just because you forgave them for what they did or what occurred, that you have to associate yourself or be nice. Not even be nice, but just associate yourself with them. Because obviously, I'm the type of person where if something happens hypothetically between you and I, and we're not on talking terms, or I have whatever, eventually I think that I'm going to forgive you because, again, everybody makes mistakes and everybody was raised in a different way. Everybody,
and you can learn from them too.
Yeah, like everybody grew up a different way. People change over time, etc., etc. But um, I I can forgive you for what you've done, but that doesn't mean that I necessarily am going to want to be friends with you again.
Right.
But I've forgiven you because there's a difference between forgiveness and second chances.
Right.
So that's my thing is lots of people though, because if you aren't forgiving somebody, you're clinging onto the past.
Mm-hmm.
And in life, you have to move forward.
Right.
If you want to progress in your life and you want to change certain things that you are like, or you want to, grow and be a better person every day, you have to let go. And obviously, it takes time depending on the situation because there's still some people in my life that I don't forgive. But it's a slow process, you
Mm-hmm.
can't just wake up one day and be like, I forgive you.
Yeah,
like it doesn't work
true.
like that.
Yep.
It doesn't work like that. There's healing that needs to be done in such certain situations, etc., etc. But I think that lots of people cling on to the past, and that's the biggest thing when it comes to forgiving because then you can put guilt in there, and you can put where like the area you live in and who and people you associate yourself with that know of.
Right.
So it's obviously, again, 100% circumstantial, but it's one of those situations where you have to know within yourself that it happened. It can either you can choose for it to be affect you in a way where it changes you, or you can take it and grow from it. You can choose what you want to do with that situation and what occurred, but it's all self, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness is all self. So no, that doesn't mean that you have to become friends with them, whatever, but that also doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be forgiven, because if you live in the past, you're never actually 100% growing every day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
I get that. Got way too like emotionally driven there.
Sorry.
No, I mean like good, great, awesome, like life lessons on Jazzy K Podcast.
Jazzy K Pod.
Like, I mean, if that's what
reach
you're going
out
for,
if you ever need some advice.
LOL.
LOL.
If that's what you're going for, I mean.
So lay the day away. Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah, let's.
What is your opinion on showing? Do you think showing weakness is actually showing strength?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there are so many people.
Bye. Catch you later.
Catch you later, bitch. Okay.
We don't have the tripod either.
We don't have a tripod either. Oh, you're going. Oh. Ooh.
So,
we got you pried up, all right? We got you.
So yeah, if we could also, like and
subscribe,
because
we could afford some
broke university students also need a tripod. I've
and maybe a camera too, like just
we
depending.
could use a cameraman, maybe, even if you will.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to. Anyways,
yeah.
moving right on. Weakness as strength. I think that there's so many people out
if you're
there
willing to show a weakness, then you're not a strong human being. You can be physically strong.
I think that,
but you're not.
Pride gets so much in the way of.
For sure. And egotistical people.
Yeah, of ego and pride, which kind of go hand in hand, affect so much of that showing weakness and whatever. But I seriously think that if you don't show weakness, you're weaker.
Like, especially men, because they're very much like, all the time, they're very much like, oh, if I show like my emotions or like whatever, then
she's gonna think I'm weak. Yeah.
Like, no, how about their strength in confiding?
Vulnerability is so much more growth in a human being
for sure.
than always being okay.
For
Especially
sure.
because the more that you just sit there and say I'm strong, like everything's fine, like I'm 100% okay, and I can't show you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Again from personal experience. But I'm gonna do that a lot. By the way,
She's a singer.
I sing everything.
She's a singer.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, that's a nice and quick one. I think that showing weakness,
Right?
yeah, personal opinion. Obviously, by the way, I should have maybe said this at the very beginning, but this is just personal opinions. If you don't agree, you don't have to agree.
I'm just here.
We're just here. If you don't like what we have to say, you obviously don't have to agree with us. It's all
Or listen.
Yeah, or listen. It's all personal experience. But like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Oh my god. Like every YouTuber ever. Here's Jasmine. She's like, yeah, if you want to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, dude. Like that's just like dude. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe. Like if you don't like if you don't, like you're literally a loser. Like if you subscribe, I'll literally give you a cookie. Like ew. Sorry, icky.
No, literally.
Okay. Next segment. I was on Twitter, or as they call it, X now. Mr. Elon Musk.
What?
Titter's now called Titter.
Titter. We're talking about Tinder now. We're talking about Twitter. So we created an app called Titter.
Titter.
That actually. Never mind.
We take it back.
We revoke that.
We revoke that. Ever said. Titter's not actually a thing. Yeah.
What? That's wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Elon Musk now owns Twitter, and he changed to X. Yeah.
Oh,
it's just called
X.
X.
His kid's name X?
Man.
Like
I don't know what
starts with an X and then it goes 1 to
4,
4,
yeah,
9,
like something
12,
like that.
12.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
pretty interesting, and I don't even know how you pronounce it.
Anyways, yeah.
But I was on Twitter and I searched up some never have I ever's.
Oh my god.
And we're just gonna we're in like grade 7 and then never have I ever, but these are like kind of I don't know.
Just saying.
Never
have I ever had over 10,000 photos in my
I don't have over 10,000. That's a complete lie. Don't start false rumors.
Okay, well, how many do you have?
2,200.
Yeah.
Okay, never have I ever.
Me, I have like 100 in my camera roll.
We don't want.
That's not even
enough. Okay, never have I ever had a crush on a man twice my age.
Whoops.
It honestly was
times.
like I don't know
times.
I think it was more just like school teachers.
Can I call it a crush? I don't know.
Like I think it was honestly just school teachers. Like
Yeah.
those little school teachers, you would always be like low key. That was like that was more my thing than anything else.
Yeah.
Like I never had like dad crushes or anything like that.
That's valid.
Yeah, moving on. Never have I ever pretended to be on my phone.
Oh my
this
god.
one?
No, dude, I do this so often. Sometimes
like
I'm like my phone could be stone dead and I'll feel awkward in a situation and I'll just pretend that I'm talking on the phone to someone.
Yeah.
All the time.
No, mine is more like I'll be in public and people are like staring at me or like something else is going on and in some type of situation awkward. And you're just sitting there awkwardly, so you have to like you want to be cool, so you
like my phone could be so dead.
Like so dead. Or they'll be like my thing is like nobody will be snapping me, but I need it to look like I'm popular or like I have some type of attention going on my phone, so I'll just sit there and like refresh my snap feed hoping somebody that snaps me. Like that's my thing. Like I'll pretend to be on my phone, or when you're in like a silent room and you can't listen to TikTok, so you have to like go through Instagram and like you're not really interested and you don't want to do it, but you're just so awkward. Like you're just in such an awkward situation where you're like, I need to act as if something is interesting on my phone. I need to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like what did people do back in the day?
You know, they'd probably
just leave.
They'd probably do absolutely anything else.
Yeah, like they
wouldn't kill them.
Yeah. Okay.
God forbid, though.
God forbid. Wow. Yeah, that would human interaction, that's just scary as shit. Never have I ever intentionally started a fight between other people. I don't know about intentionally.
I've had people intentionally start a fight from like
with me.
Like, my group friend.
Yeah.
Like my group friend.
My group friend.
My friend group.
Your one singular friend in group.
Yeah, exactly. Proper English was not to be portrayed in this podcast, so I apologize.
Yeah, English is
I
not.
don't know. That's tough.
I don't think I've ever intentionally started a fight for any
No.
reason, but I think like
Have I played
unintentionally
into one?
maybe where I've said something and I was like, "Oh, I should have kept my mouth shut,"
Yeah.
and then they started fighting.
And like, have I played into one? Like, like maybe picked a side or like gave my input?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
But I wouldn't like
I've
intentionally
never
start one.
yeah, I never go out of my way to be like, "Oh, this is going to piss so and so off, so I'm going to do this
Like-
so that they start fighting because I want."
Like literal Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Speaking of people just going and watching that movie.
Yeah. It's a very good movie. Go watch it. 10 out of 10. You can't even say anything. Don't knock it until you try it. Okay, the cam quality might be a little different because we had to switch phones because I need to deal with my iPhone storage. LOL. Miss Hoarder, apparently. Apparently I'm a hoarder, so. Apparently. Just apparently, hypothetically, maybe speaking.
The hashtag of this.
The thumbnail of this is going to be
Hoarder.
Hoarder.
Period.
Episode 1 featuring McKenna.
Sorry, Jasmine Keck has 10,000.
Oh!
Hole in wall.
Are you calling me fat?
We're not even
Whoa.
gonna get into it. You know what?
Whoa. You know I'd end your career too,
Oh, no,
so it's
for
just.
sure.
Yeah.
We'll avoid that topic.
Okay, we were talking about never intentionally started a fight, but we kind of just covered that already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have so much editing to do in this shit. This is gonna be so annoying. Okay. Next segment before we wrap up this ep is icks.
The most famous topic of probably 2023 and 2024. Like, I bet you that.
No, like, this has been the biggest thing. Like, a whole song was made about it, which we avidly listened to.
So good. And, like, so accurate, too. So
Ick by Lana Banks, I think. I don't know exactly.
Like, live that up. Like, it's...
Lady Boner, God. Like, that one? Yeah, I was like, yeah, that shit's... Yeah, that's just a banger. Go, 10 out of 10, go listen to it.
Ladies will relate.
Ladies will 100% eat that up. Men, too, I think that you should take notes. Take notes.
Again, for the second time this podcast, take notes.
Take notes.
Yeah.
Okay, icks.
Oh,
I've watched so many different videos and podcasts of this, of people saying that their number one ick, like the most popular one has been when a guy goes and tries to get a ping pong ball off the floor. Like when he's running after a ping pong ball on the floor. Which this is a perfect day to do this podcast because we were literally out last night.
Yeah, I don't understand that though. Like
I don't get how that's icky. The only way that I can think that that's like, I understand that you don't want to like let it roll all the way across, but when you're like scooching, like when you're scuffling, is that the right word?
Of course, people pay that much attention nowadays that you can't even run to go get a pong ball.
Like when you're scuffling to go get a ping pong ball, I could see why that would be icky. But I also like it wouldn't be one of those things where I'm like, ew.
I don't like
absolutely
hyper-focus
not
on stuff like that. Like,
I don't hyper focus on my icks are like super generic. Like I feel like they're more like that makes sense rather than
running to get a pong ball.
Like running to get a ping pong ball. Like that shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's takes
crazy.
another level of
observation. English.
Observing, God.
Yeah, you got it, girl. You got it.
Today is not the day.
No, man. Is it even day?
No. Like, what?
I
guess it says it in the name, but
I think that like my biggest ick is egotistical.
No, so valid though. So
that's my biggest ick.
Or like the people that are like pick me, they're like,
but I'm just like not even cool like that.
And like I'm so bad at this.
I'm so
not. I mean, we have a very good example of this, but we won't get into it.
We will not get into that.
Yeah, no, that's a big one for sure.
That's a huge one. When you have to go out of your way to get attention, like when you crave attention so much,
God.
To be like, I literally suck when they know damn well they're not.
Yeah.
Or like just to even say it.
No,
like even if you do suck and you're saying shit like that.
No, I can't do it.
Like then go work harder. So sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm not here to give you attention.
Yeah.
I'm not here to give you attention. That's not what this is about.
Yeah. No, that's so valid.
What's another ick?
Oh, man.
The walk.
Which one? Like, honestly. Like, you have, like, the popular kids that are, like, walk on their tippy toes through the hallways with, like, their
Should we give
backwards
them a little
hats
segment of
up
what I'm talking
here.
about?
Yeah.
And then holy shit.
Anyways, so that's what we're
So
talking
yeah,
about.
that's what we're talking about. That's a really big ick for me. Like, why?
It can be bad.
It can be bad. I mean, obviously everybody just walks in a certain way.
Yeah, like, there's
But
no right or wrong way to walk.
There's
necessarily,
no,
but,
we're
like,
not, you know what I
kind
mean?
of.
But there's just, when you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I understood what you were saying,
No.
but I
No,
don't
and
know.
yeah, and that's just it, right?
No, and
that's
is
just
it.
And that's the thing
And that's just
with
it.
everything,
No,
and
for
just
sure.
all of the,
For sure.
you know, and yeah, no,
Yeah.
like I just, and that's just it. Because,
That's
you know, when that and that equals that, it's just really hard to decipher A plus B
Nobody
squared
would
equals,
get it.
and yeah, no, that's what I'm
that's
saying,
just
and
it.
that's just for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
The ick list, the people, an ick is the people that have an ick list. Like, if you do, I'm sorry, like, I don't mean to be like that, but, like, if you're going out of your way to create a list on your notes on your phone to, like, write down.
Yeah, when they have that, you know.
Stop it.
The ick list on,
I understand doing
no,
it in high
the ick
school. It was
list,
like,
the
ha,
ick
ha,
list on
ha.
the phone notes reminds me of Hot Girl Summer.
Yeah, no,
Like
for
when
sure.
you used to have, oh, if you
Or, like,
do this or
bucket
do
lists.
this, you,
Like,
and
Hot
you do
Girl
this or do
Summer,
this, like,
bucket list.
5 points.
Yeah.
That, it was such a dumb algorithm.
We just had.
Whoever
anyways,
even thought of that?
It was all just.
That was so bad.
We've had
some really
trends.
messed up trends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of trends, think I like this little. She doesn't know it.
Am I supposed to?
She's not a TikToker, y'all.
I literally don't have TikTok. I
She's
haven't
not
had
on
TikTok
TikTok.
since, like,
She
grade
doesn't get
6. It was Musically back then. Where you you do that.
Think I like this a little.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think it is time.
We got some volleyball to go play.
Yeah, we have some volleyball to go play. I think it's time to wrap this shit up.
Keep tuned for the mic'd up version of our
volleyball. Oh, we could post that as a clip. So I plan to post, I think, every Wednesday. But obviously this is going to be like an experience type of thing. Obviously it's going to get better over time, but this is literally first episode, super new to this.
We might be in chairs one day.
I'll definitely have McKenna on again for sure.
Maybe. I'll decide later.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We hate each other. But yeah,
This was fun.
This was fun.
This was a good start.
This is a good start. This is all experience. Bessie's in the frame again. Hope you guys had a little good quick peek there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first ep. This is a learning curve for me, but it's something I really want to do. So we're just gonna
go with it.
Test the waters, man. So yeah, like, subscribe. Only said it
all the things.
Only said it all the things all the time. Y'all know what to do. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Yeah, I'm Jazzy K, and this is McKenna.
Thanks for having me.
Peace the fuck out.